G'day humans, Chris Stead from Finder here. I'm just at the Pixel event with the Google headquarters in Sydney, Australia, and I'm talking to Rory Charlston, the head of devices and ANZ, and I just want to ask you a couple of questions, mate, about the phones. We've got some of the phones in the background here. So what did you feel like were the big improvements that were required for the Google 7 over the Pixel 7 over the Google 6?
Yeah, sure. So the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro runs off the latest generation of the Google Tensor chip, so this is generation 2. And the Tensor chip does a number of things. For example, it lowers the power consumption of everyday activities, and this means that we can extend the battery life for up to 3 days with extreme battery saver. And then aside from optimizations in battery, the Tensor G2 chip also focuses on 4 other core areas, and it's speech, it's contextual support, photo and video, and security. So across those 4 areas, there's a lot of upgraded experiences. For example, in security, the Titan M2 chip works with the Tensor chip within the device, and Titan M2 has just been awarded the highest level of security possible today by common criteria. So it's a super secure phone. Tensor also enables a lot of the new photo experiences. So for example, 10-bit HDR is enabled through Tensor, and it also enables, for example, the super res zoom and macro mode on the P7 Pro. So on the P7 Pro, you can take HDR photos from just 3 centimeters away with macro mode, all the way out to things way in the distance with a 30x zoom. So those experiences are enabled by Tensor G2, and as well as some of the Google Assistant experiences. So for example, now on the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, you can get audio messages automatically transcribed into text messages. So if you're like me and you get lots of audio messages backed up, you can just literally click a button and it'll automatically transcribe that into text messages to make it easier to respond to. So that's just some of the improvements, but they're all focused around Google's core theme of helpfulness.
Now, you mentioned the extreme saver mode there that gets you 72 hours worth of battery. What cost or what limitations does that place on the use of the device to get to that 72 hours?
So the user has complete control over which apps they want to shut down and which apps they want to continue using. So you go into the extreme battery saver menu option, and you literally can just toggle different apps, and then what it will do, it will pause those apps in the background, and it can keep it running for apps that you want to keep running.
Because obviously battery life was maybe one of the things that people brought up with the Pixel 6, and I saw that the battery size, I think it might even be a bit less than the Pixel 6. So how then can we expect a better battery life for this phone?
Sure. So with the Pixel 7 Pro, we've got the same size battery as the Pixel 6 Pro, so it's 5,000 milliamp. With the Pixel 7 over Pixel 6, the Pixel 7 does have a slightly smaller battery, but due to our optimizations that are done through AI and machine learning, we've actually been able to extend the battery life on the Pixel 7, even though the battery hardware is not as big. So now we can extend the battery life on the Pixel 7 all the way up to 72 hours, even with a slight, marginally smaller battery.
And look, a large part of the presentation there was focused in on the camera features, which do look incredible, there's no doubt about it. Is that because like photos the one place now where you can really make improvements on a phone?
Yeah, I think, look, photos are just such a fundamental use case for customers. Everyone wants to be able to take great photos and videos, and so we put a lot of focus there, and Pixel is known for industry-leading photos and videos, and so we've upgraded a whole bunch of our photos experience. So for example, with Photo Unblur now, you can load into your Pixel 7 or 7 Pro any photo that's ever been taken, even in a photo from your grandparents 50 years ago. You can load that photo into the Google Photos app, and then you can use the AI and machine learning on the Pixel 7 7 Pro to automatically reduce the noise and clear up that photo that was taken 50 years ago. So, we've got the photo particularly is somewhere where Google AI and machine learning can make a big difference, and so we've got a really big focus there.
I was really quite interested in a lot of those photo features, in particular the 30 times zoom and the way that it takes burst photos and merges the pixels and so forth. What does that do for storage space when you've got 48 megapixel lens or 50 megapixel lens there and you're taking a lot of burst shots? My concern immediately was if you've got a 128 gigabyte phone, you're going to fill it up reasonably quickly, especially if you're taking 4K video as well. So how does it manage, I guess, the superfluous stuff at the end of all that?
Yeah, so in terms of photo storage, the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro come with a 3-month Google One storage at 100 gigs. So there's an option there, and you can obviously extend it as well. And that's for new users to Google One. And then you can also post photo. You can also change the resolution and the image size as well. So you can have a low image photo on the phone, or keep an original high resolution image.
And with the sustainability side of it, I mean, obviously you're using some recycled aluminium here, or to build the aluminium. How important is sustainability to consumers, and how hard is it to implement things like recycled material into your phones?
Yeah, it's a great question. Look, sustainability is obviously a foundational responsibility and problem that we all need to contribute to. As you mentioned, the aluminium housing in the phone is made from 100% recycled aluminium. In our cases that we're launching, it's made from 30% recycled materials. We've done things like remove all the plastic from the outside of the phone boxes, and then a big part of sustainability as well, and particularly on the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro, is the longevity of the phone. So these phones get better over time with regular feature drops, and we also offer 3 years of operating system updates and 5 years of security updates. So that extends the longevity of the phone, and that's a really big part of our sustainability efforts.
And this might be a bit of a weird question, but I know you've got the security chip involved in this. Web3 and what we're seeing kind of happening with blockchain, NFTs, crypto, that type of thing. Is there anything particularly about the phone's security side of things that plugs into a Web3 future?
I'm not an expert on Web3, but what I would say is that with the new security upgrades on the phone, so the Titan M2 chip has been awarded now the highest possible rating for security by common criteria. And then we're also introducing Android virtualization framework to the Tensor chip itself. So the virtualization framework in Tensor works with Titan M2 to provide multiple layers of hardware security. And then in addition to that, coming in December, we're going to be launching VPN by Google One, which is a completely free VPN service. And VPN by Google One uses a new process called blind authentication, where there's absolutely no way whatsoever it basically leads to super secure and private browsing. There's no way to attach the user's name to web activity and app activity. So that helps. And then other security features, we're introducing Face Unlock as well for the first time, bringing that back, and that works with fingerprint unlock. But it's important that those, particularly Face Unlock, that's really for it's a convenience use case. When you do banking or app sign-in, we'll still require the more robust unlock methods, for example, PIN and password.
And obviously there's the Pixel Watch. So how interoperability between the phone and the watch, and I guess the tablet as well that's coming. Is there anything you can tell us about how they're going to connect together?
Yeah, sure. So the whole portfolio is designed to work seamlessly together. So for example, an example of that is with the watch and the phone. If you set the watch up on your Wi-Fi network, your phone will. So if you set your phone up on the Wi-Fi network, your watch will automatically connect to that same Wi-Fi network. You don't have to individually set it up. You can also do things like you can find your phone with your watch, and you can find your watch with your phone. You can also, for example, photos that you take on your phone and are in Google Photos, you can have them as customizable watch faces on your watch. You can also get, if you've got a Nest doorbell, you can get package delivery alerts to both your watch and your phone. So it's a really important part of it. We want these devices to work seamlessly together to provide all the helpfulness of Google, and definitely interoperability is a key part of that.
And in terms of the range of colours, there's the 3 different colours with the phone. There's also a range of straps, I guess, for the watch as well. But how much of that stuff will be coming to Australia day one, and what's delayed?
Yeah, sure. So we've obviously got all the phones are here. We've got all the watch colours as well. We've got 20 watch bands that are coming. The watch bands are going to be available for pre-order from today, and they're going to be from Google Store and some retail partners. The Pixel cases, so the made by Google Pixel cases for your phone, are about a week behind schedule, so they're going to be launching a week post the phones. But there's also a really big range of made for Google cases, companies like Zag and Bellroy and these sorts of cases, which will be available for consumers to buy as well.
And one last question. From the way that Google's looking at its ongoing, this is the Pixel 7 obviously, there's the 8 in between and so forth. What are you guys seeing as the vision of where a mobile phone's going to be in, say, 5 years from now?
Sure. So, our vision for connectivity devices is all around this concept of ambient computing and ambient experience. So this is the idea that your phone is at the center of an ecosystem of devices that work seamlessly together to provide help wherever you are and whenever you need it. And so our big focus on portfolio is making sure that we're driving towards this ambient computing vision, and your phone can almost work in the background to deliver delightful experiences when you need it.
Awesome. Thanks very much, mate. Much appreciated, and can't wait to dive into the phone.
Thanks very much, Chris. Cheers.